All right, guys, welcome to this call today. I'm so excited. We have a lot of people on the call. I'm excited for the direction of our team and everything that's going on and everything that's happening around here. You guys, this is phenomenal. I just got my elite coach number. It is the highest that it has ever been. And I attribute that to you guys, solely to you guys. And I really, I was thinking, well, great, elite coach, whatever. Well, that is attainable. For a lot of us, that is obtainable, and it may not seem like it, okay? So one thing that I want to talk about that John Maxwell talked about from this past call was belief, having belief in yourself. And before I jump into going into the rule of five stuff, I want to just talk really quickly about belief. If you don't have belief in yourself and belief in this business, guys, this is me just talking from the heart. I wasn't going to go on this today, but I want to. If you don't have that, this business is going to be very, very, very challenging. It's going to be very hard for you because it all stems from belief in yourself, belief that you can do this, belief that you can help someone, belief that the products do work. It all stems from that. If you don't have that, I've seen coaches that have been so phenomenal with their belief or with the way they come out of the gate, but then they slowly lose their belief for one reason or the other. And that trickles down into your business. So I want to encourage you that I see you guys on the call for a reason. You guys are here. You're showing up consistently. There's a reason for that. You're on the John Maxwell calls. If you're not, that's okay. You're on the National Wake Up calls. You're listening to audio. You're growing yourself professionally. And just because somebody else is going further than you does not mean you want to judge or you want to compare yourself to them, because you're on a whole other journey. So the belief side is so important, and we'll go into that next week with you guys, those that are on the John call, and those, and even if you're not, we'll go into more of those. We'll answer those questions. But today, I gave a video not too long ago on really focusing on when you have tough times in your life and what to focus on in your business. And I said focus on first things, but I didn't really go into that much of depth of what those first things are. If I could give you, so we have our power hour, our rule of five, correct, team? You guys should know that by now. If you don't, ask your upline diamond about that, or ask your coach who brought you on about that, okay? But every day we grow, every day we connect, we follow up, we track, we plan. These are all very, very important things. But I want to go deeper into the connect side of it, because this is where your business grows. This is where you make the money, so to speak, okay? Personal development is important. That should always be at the forefront, and doing your workouts. Those are given. Let's assume those are givens. You're working on those really hard, okay? So let's talk about connections. And in our bats, we have add 5 new social media connections and start 5 new conversations. I don't really honestly care what that number is as long as it's over 2 or 3. Okay, you can go 10 one day, you can do 3 the other, you can go whatever. But you need to be doing this because this puts what you're doing in front of people consistently. Now, I'm going to give you some tips. If you're not like, I'm not great with social media, I'm not great with Facebook, I'm not great with sharing, we got a ton of tips here, you guys, that really helps you. But this creates focus. So the first thing you should do is you should be making connections, making conversations, that sort of thing. And then the last thing we'll talk about is, again, following up. This is so important that needs to be done Monday through Friday. And if you only have 20 minutes, you better get really good at your 20 minutes. So let's talk about how we do this. So every day you're connecting with 3 to 5 new friends. There's actually a way on Facebook you can do this. And I'm going to talk Facebook because that's how I grow my business. So if you have an Instagram or you have a Twitter account, it might be a little bit different. It's similar concepts, but it's just different in how the platforms operate, okay? So what I do is I actually go to my wife's friends, my mom's friends, people. So these are people that know my family, and if I have some kind of connection to them, I'll add them as a friend. Now, if they're just complete strangers, I may not add them unless they've commented on something that I posted before, or they've commented on something my parents have posted, or my wife has posted, or my brother or something like that. So I'll go to those people, and it says mutual people you may know. So when you go to your friends list, there's actually a spot there that says people you may know. And what's great is when you add 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 people a day, those are people, you're not going to necessarily message them right away and say, join my challenge group and ta-da, I'm going to sign you up as a coach. But what you're doing is you're expanding your network for potentially talking to them down the road. And so you need to consistently be doing that. Another way you can do that is you can be a part of groups. Some of our coaches like to be part of swap sites where you can make connections there. And maybe you have some baby clothes that you need to get rid of and you meet somebody there. But mutual friends, people you may know. Sarah, I think that's how we connected. I saw, hey, I remember Sarah from high school, right? And it also jogs your memory because you may go, oh my gosh, that's somebody that I used to be such good friends with, and I just completely forgot to even add them as a friend, okay? You're doing that 5 days a week. You're adding people. Now, one quick tip that I want to recommend, make sure you're keeping notes of who you're adding, because if after, let's say, a week or two, they don't respond to your ad, you do want to go back in, and there is a way you can cancel that request. So you can cancel those requests so that you are staying on top of things. And you know what? Don't go back and try to hound them. It's not about hounding. You can go back and cancel if that person. 9 times out of 10, guys, people want to add on Facebook. I'm just saying, people want to add. But here's the great thing. You get to determine who that person is. Right. So one of the questions I get asked is, well, what if I don't want to add a bunch of people to my page? Well, guess what? You're determining who you're bringing in, which is a great thing. Okay. Also, when you create posts, you want to tag friends, family members, spouses, brothers, sisters, non-Beachbody related people in. Maybe it's a picture of you at the beach. What that does, if you're consistently, and I don't mean tagging the same friend in every single picture, okay? I just mean you're tagging different people that are in your life, because what that does is that your picture shows up on your friend's page or your brother's page or your sister's page or your mom's page, and there's people on there that may like it, comment, message, that sort of thing. I'm giving you guys all kinds of ways that you can connect with other people right now, okay? So somebody may see, wow, Nick tagged his mom on, his birthday thing, and they go to my page, what is he about? Because we're snoopers, right, on Facebook. And all of a sudden, bam, he's a fitness coach. Well, I kind of have some weight I need to lose. This has happened to me before, you guys, okay? It's how I make other connections. All right, so also, there's the memory jogger in the back office. So if you're a brand new coach and you don't know what that is, talk to your upline coach. I want to really say that is a huge, huge help, that if you're trying to figure out who do I need to connect with. So adding 5 new connections on social media a day, you can do that in literally 5 minutes. So if people are telling me, Nick, I don't have an hour, I can go on. I could probably add 20 people in 5 minutes. Now, they may not be great connections, but we can do it in 5 minutes, right? So that's one thing I highly recommend you do. So what happens now that you're adding all these people and you're thinking, okay, I want to run a challenge group, or I want to do something that, to help people. You need to message people consistently. So start 5 new conversations every single day. Now, this gives a lot of people anxiety, especially new coaches and coaches that are just getting started out. Let me say, guys, this is the best part of our business. You want to message and connect with people, and it may not necessarily be about Beachbody, okay? But you got to have 5 conversations. I once heard a coach tell me that if you have conversations coming in, you're going to have conversations going out, right? And this vice versa. If you have conversations going out, you're going to have conversations coming in. So you're connecting with people. You're talking to them. You're engaged with them. Eventually, there's going to come a point, whether it's in that day or that 3-day period or that week or that month, where you can invite them to your free 5-day cleaning challenge or your challenge group. It's not going to feel salesy because you've talked to them. You've started that conversation and that relationship, okay? It's not going to feel like, oh, I'm just sending this person something so they can sign up for my challenge group. No, you've spent the time to chat with them. You're talking about their new baby and how they're having so much fun and excitement with their new baby, okay? But they need to lose, maybe they need to lose a little bit of weight, or they're having a hard time with breastfeeding or something like that. I've had that question quite a bit. So you never know, all right? You never know. All right, let me tell you about the concept that I just learned today, and I want to teach this to you guys. It's called LQC, or LCQ. LCQ, write this down. Like, comment, question. So you need to be liking other people's stuff, okay? You need to be commenting on other people's stuff. And you need to be asking questions on other people's stuff, okay? Whether that's in an actual private message, whether that's actually on their page. Wow, where did you get that shirt, right? You need to be engaged, because what that does, it does two things. One, it actually brings that person up higher into your news feeds consistently, right? And you're in their news feeds consistently, so your algorithms are matched up. And number two, they're going to see, wow, they really do care about me. Does that make sense? They really do care about my dog that had to go in and have surgery, right? And it's not just about a challenge group to them. They really do care about me. That goes back to that belief system that we talked about, that John talked about, okay? You cannot skip the messages. So here's the deal. I see a lot of our coaches posting about, I'm going to start a brand new challenge group, and they're praying that somebody from their post comes in. Guys, I'll tell you, 9 times out of 10, that post may get 1 or 2 people, maybe 3. It's the messages that you do off to the side that will sell challenge groups, that will sell your 5-day clean eating challenge, that will get people into the coaching sneak peek. Those are the goal, okay? It's just the structure from the message that now you are starting, you're announcing it to the world, that will help people kind of tie it together, okay? But it's those invites that you're doing. And if you're doing this consistently, all right, you're messaging 5 people, you're connecting with 5 people, it should be very easy to invite people every single day to join your challenge group, to join your 3-day clean eating challenge, to join this and that. Because think about it. If you're connecting with let's say 3 people for 5 days, that's 15 people, that's 30 people, that's 45, 60 people in a month, okay? And you're starting new conversations. Out of 60 people, if you can't talk to 3 and get them healthy and signed up in your next challenge group, then it's more of a confidence and a belief, and it's more of a skill problem. I can guarantee you, if you're talking to 60 people, you're gonna get at least 3. And guess what, guys? 3 is Success Club 5, right? So and so you're thinking, okay, 60 people, that means I don't have to tell everybody about what I'm doing, right? No, right? Maybe that conversation does not go there this month. Maybe that conversation does not go there in 2 months or 3 months. But guess what? You keep them in your circle. You keep them in your network, okay? The next thing I want you guys to make sure when you're talking to someone during the invite process, again, don't be afraid. And here's a golden nugget. I do this all the time, but I forget to teach you guys. Keep it simple when you're inviting them. Teach your team to keep it simple. When you're inviting them to your challenge group, don't say, the first thing out of your mouth is, okay, we're doing 21-day fix. You get containers, you get fitness, you get workouts, and Autumn is awesome, and she's gonna, make you eat healthy, and you get all this. No, you don't need to do all that. All you need is keep it to 2 to 3 sentences, and keep it very short and sweet. Okay? Hey, we've talked about getting you healthy and fit. I'm starting this awesome group online. I would love for you to be a part of it. I would love to send you more information, but would this be something you'd be interested in? You're gaining that interest up front. Okay, so 2 to 3 sentences max when you're talking about your challenge group. Don't mention the price. Don't mention where you, how much it costs, or that it comes with all these DVDs. Don't mention any of that stuff. Again, you're just trying to gauge the interest right now. Okay, so if they say yes, and you follow up with people, right? This is the follow-up process. So they say, yeah, I would be interested. Then great. Again, you go back to their health and fitness goals. You should have been talking to them about this along the way. Maybe they have fibromyalgia and their feet are that's not the feet one. What's the feet one? Oh my gosh. I should know this. Sorry. I'm blanking on this right now. So they have plantar fasciitis, sorry. And their feet are really bothering them, okay? So you have some recommendations for that, okay? You can help them through that. You can share maybe another challenger that had that same problem. We have a lot of challengers, by the way, guys, that have that problem. In fact, my wife is starting to develop it right now. So you can relate to that person and they trust you. So then when you go to them and you say, would you be interested? You can say, great, here's what we're going to do. We got the program, we got the workouts and that sort of thing. Then you can kind of lay it out a little bit more. Okay, but there's that process to set it up. Now, I know I'm talking to a bunch of veteran coaches about this. What you need to be able to do is teach your team exactly what we did. That's why I'm recording this video, right? This needs to be ingrained into every single one of your coaches because you guys are really good at this. But what you need to do is teach your team how to do this. Teach your team not to just throw up on people with a huge message to them, inviting them to their challenge group. Teach your team the steps and go back through this video and listen to that again as if you're going to teach it. That's another thing I want you to do. Follow-ups. One of the questions I get all the time with follow-ups is, well, I don't want to push them. I don't want to seem salesy on them. I don't want to bombard them with messages. Okay, so what I recommend is once you've invited them, you said, hey, would this be something you're interested in? 21-day fix group or my next challenge or my free cleaning challenge, and they haven't responded. I'll give it about 2 to 5 days, okay, depending on if there's a weekend in there or not. And I'll say something very simple. Just, hey, I was just thinking about you the other day. You popped up in my news feed. 9 times out of 10, they really are popping up in your news feed. I was wondering if you had any time to think about this group that I'm starting. I would absolutely love for you to do it. No pressure at all. I'll love to give you some more information. Keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple. All right, 2 to 5 days after the initial invite, you follow up. And then if you don't hear from them again, I hate to say it, but maybe 10 or 20 days down the road, I'll send them just very simple message. And after that, I release them, okay? But this will help you stay on track. And this works too for the coaching opportunity, right? We're pushing people through that funnel. We're helping them get started on the 21-day fix. We're helping them see those results and then saying, look at you. You're being a great customer. I think you'd be phenomenal as a Beachbody coach. If not anything, just get them started on the discount, okay? One other tip that I had. So you're doing this every day as part of your ACT. One tip that I had is that you make sure you have a system that works for you on writing names down and seeing where you are in the follow-up process. If you're going to be talking to 60 people a month, and again, guys, don't let it freak you out because it's not 60 people necessarily about Beachbody. You're just connecting with 60 people, right? We said, what did I say, 3 times 5 and beyond times 4, okay? You need to have a great system to follow up. Let me share what happens when you have a good system and when you have a bad system. I was connecting with 2 people. We each mutually had they knew a coach, myself and another gal. We were both friends. All of us were friends. I didn't actually really know the other gal. I was friends with the 2 gals, and then the other gal was friends with them too. Well, I was originally chatting with them about the 21-day fix, okay? Programs, that sort of thing. And I just kind of forgot to follow up, all right? I didn't put them on my list. I forgot to follow up. This big mistake, rookie mistake number 1. And 4 months later, so I didn't follow up with them when they said they wanted to follow up with. 4 months later, they're signed up on another program with another coach. That's my fault. That's my fault for not following up. Let me talk to you about how it works when you follow up. I just had 2 gals that I did go back with 4 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, and followed up with them. Actually, one over the winter that's going to be starting on her 21-day fix journey because she's wanting to do a new program, okay? That's the idea of the system that you have in place. Everything's there for structure, okay? And let me show you, this is not the best. If you guys have a better system, let me show you mine right now real quick. Names on the back of sheets of paper. But I date them. I'm going to get a binder and 3-hole punch them so that I have it. I'm going to get more organized. I've saved all mine for this year, okay? So a little bit more organized as I start to move and I start to go. So guys, let's recap real quick what we've learned today. We've learned how to add friends to our Facebook account through that mutual friends list. You're doing it 3 to 5 times a day. Takes you 5 minutes to do that. Make sure they're people that you know, that you have some kind of connection with. You just don't want to randomly be adding people. There's an option on the right-hand side that gives you options on what to click on. So like your hometown, where they went to high school, if they were in your college, if they have similar interests. You can click on that stuff. So you're picking who you're bringing in, okay? It's not just random, all right? So you help that. You find people in different groups, swap sites, different, I've had one for Michigan State football. I've found guys in those groups that I've added for Body Beasts and stuff like that. Number 2, you're making daily connections. You're sending out messages daily, starting those conversations. Hey, Bobby, it's been so long since we've talked. How are you doing? How are things going with you? What's new? Okay. Also know if it's somebody you haven't talked to in a long time, you may not know this. So you may want to browse their page real quick and just make sure there's like nothing big going on in their life. Because if you're really positive, like, hey, how's it going? And they're like, they just lost a family member, they're not going to want to talk about that. Okay. So again, be conscious of that as well. All right. The LCQ, always be liking, commenting, or questioning on somebody's page, on somebody's picture, that sort of thing. So again, you get that interaction. They don't just think, well, they're just randomly messaging me. No, they really do care about different things that are going on in my life. That works tremendously. Okay. Don't skip that. Don't skip the invite process. I would strongly encourage you to be inviting, if you want to grow this business at a quicker pace, at least 3 people a day to your free challenge, to join you in becoming a Beachbody coach, to whatever it is. Now, if you haven't been doing that, guys, and you're like, well, I don't have anybody to invite, start with the 3 to 5 friends a day, and eventually you'll have people to invite. Okay. Messages coming in equals messages going out equals messages coming back in, right? And then the follow-ups, make sure you're writing their names down. Make sure you have a spreadsheet or a system in place that that works. And 2 to 3 days after that invite, keep everything simple. Do not try to throw up on them. Just, hey, you know what? I was thinking about you today. We talked a little bit about losing weight. I'm starting this new group that I'm so excited about. Would you like more information? Guys, if you keep it that simple, you're going to have more people that say, yes, tell me more. And then you share more about it. And remember, always relate. Here's a tip. Here's one of the best pieces of advice I can give you. Always relate their why to what you want them to do. Meaning, if you're going to do a 21-day fixed group, relate their why to why it fits for them. So are they a mom that is staying home and has 4 kids and can't leave to go to the gym? Well, guess what? Here you go. You can check in daily on my group. You can do your workouts at home. It's only 30 minutes. So while the kids are taking a nap, you have 30 minutes to get your workout in. All right. Shakeology will cover quick meals, so you don't even have to worry about quick meals. Tie it to what they want. Tie it to their goals. Tie it to their lifestyle. All right, guys. This video, I hope it helps. I'm going to post this on YouTube. I appreciate you guys so much. And those that have been on here, I'm going to stop the recording. If you guys have any questions, you let me know. Take care, you guys.